Fala pessoal, aqui é o Mário Vergara. Hoje eu tenho mais um vídeo em inglês pra vocês, com um setup um pouquinho diferente. Eu tô usando minha webcam, tô usando esse microfone, tô com esse fone pendurado, não sei porquê. Mas é um vídeo mais simples, que vai ser todo em inglês, só tem essa introdução em português pra avisar que o vídeo tem legendas. Então, se você, eu não sei inglês, como é que eu vou ver o vídeo em inglês? É só ligar as legendas. Se você tá vendo no celular, você toca na tela, vai aparecer uns 3 pontinhos. Em algum lugar da tela, você aperta os 3 pontinhos e seleciona a legenda. Se for no computador é mais fácil, tem um botão CC. Você liga a legenda, você pode colocar a legenda em português. Se você é iniciante, se você já sabe um pouco de inglês, você pode tentar ver o vídeo em inglês com as legendas em inglês. Então você liga a legenda em inglês. E se você já é mais avançado, você pode ver o vídeo sem legenda. Então, sem mais delongas, liga as legendas aí que você quer e vamos para o vídeo. Hey, what up, guys? It's Mário Vergara here, and today I'm gonna do some sort of a different kind of video. This is going to be a more raw, uncut version of Mário Vergara. You know, a lot of you guys, like my videos in English, but a lot of people don't like the videos in English. So what I decided to do was I'm gonna try to do, I'm not promising it, so I'm gonna try to do 2 videos a week, 1 video in Portuguese, 1 video in English. But for the videos in English, this is gonna be the new setup. So I'm not gonna use my big what this is called? It's like a DSLR I don't even know. It's like a Canon 70D. It's a pretty good camera. I think it's DSLR. I think that's how they call it. But that's what they call it. But regardless, I'm not gonna use my big fancy camera. I'm gonna use my webcam. I'm gonna talk to this big gigantic kick-ass microphone, and I'm not gonna edit the video. So you got, as I was saying, the raw uncut version of Mário Vergara. And I'm gonna provide, as always, subtitles both in English and in Portuguese. So feel free to turn them on if you have a hard time understanding the video. So the thing is, today I'm gonna talk about something that I like to call the final destination when it comes to language learning. I came up with this idea or this principle. It's a principle, a language learning core value or principle. I came up with this after watching a lot of videos from Gavin from Small Advantages. And when I watch videos from Gavin, I notice 2 very important things. Number 1, when I read the comments, and that applies to any video any video from a person from the United States that or any other foreign country that has a YouTube channel and speaks Portuguese. So basically, video from foreigners speaking Brazilian Portuguese. When I check out their videos, one pretty common comment is, "Oh, the guy has an accent. Oh, he made a mistake. Oh, he mispronounced a word. Oh, he made that in that sentence. You should have said that word. You made a mistake. You conjugated the verb the wrong way." So people like to teach. People like to criticize. People like to judge. People like to help. The other person and trying to teach them how to speak, how they're supposed to speak the language. That's the first thing that I notice. The second thing is that when I watch a video like from Gavin, just an example, okay? I understand 100% of what he's saying, like 100%. And more importantly, I don't need to put in any kind of extra effort to understand what he's saying. So I don't need to listen carefully. I don't need to pay extra attention, or otherwise I wouldn't understand what Gavin is saying. It's like I watch the video. It's watching Gavin or Tim or any other YouTuber that it's not from Brazil but speaks Brazilian Portuguese. As long as they're fluent, it's just like watching any other video from any other Brazilian YouTuber. So there's no difference at all between watching Gavin or Tim or Whindersson Nunes or, as I was saying, any other Brazilian YouTuber. So the thing is, when it comes to language learning, people mix up fluency with proficiency. Now, most people are fluent in the language when they know how to speak the language. So what I'm trying to say is that the final destination, and this is the most important part of the video, the final destination when it comes to language learning is to be able to communicate in the language in a way that when you speak the language, people understand what you're saying without any problems, without any major problems. And when people speak the language, native speakers, when they speak the language, when they talk to you, you understand everything that they're saying without the need to say things like such as, oh, could you speak slowly, or could you repeat that because I didn't understand, or without them having to ask you to, I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. I'm not getting this word. You're mispronouncing a word. So when you have this fluent communication going on, and you are able to, for instance, have like a 1 hour long conversation without major problems or without any problems, in the same way you would have a conversation between you and another Brazilian, that's fluency in the language. And that is the final destination, or we could say the final goal or the ultimate goal when it comes to language learning. Now, the problem is that a lot of people, they confuse fluency, as I was saying, fluency with proficiency. And proficiency, at least in my view, is your level at the language, so you can be more proficient or less proficient. The more let's say you have a wide range of vocabulary, or you have like a super good pronunciation, or you're trying to get rid of your accent, so you are more proficient in the language. Or if you have a simpler vocabulary, or you have, like, I'm not even going to talk about accents, because accents they're just a natural part of the language. A lot of people think that you should get rid of your accent, or that speaking a language without an accent is synonym of a high level of proficiency. With kind of disagree, because if you think about it, a person from Rio de Janeiro will always sound like a person from Rio de Janeiro. You can't expect a person from Rio to sound like a person from Minas Gerais or Rio Grande do Sul. In the same way, you can't expect a person from New York to sound like a person from Boston, or a person from Boston to sound like a person from New York, or a person from the United States to sound like a Brazilian, or vice versa. You can't expect a Brazilian to sound like an American, because as a Brazilian, you're going to have your Brazilian accent. As an American, you're going to have your American accent. As a guy from Rio, or a girl from Rio de Janeiro, you're going to have your Carioca accent. So that's just a natural part of the deal. It's a part of the equation, it's part of the language learning equation. So I'm not talking about accents. I'm talking about being really good at a language. So the thing is, and the lesson that I want you guys to learn from this video is, don't confuse fluency with proficiency. You don't need to be at the upper echelon of the language speakers, of the people that speak the language. You don't need to be, writing poetry. You don't need to be, giving presentations, public speaking, and speaking in a super well articulated manner. You don't need that. What you need is fluency. Fluency is the ability to speak the language in a way that people understand what you're saying, and to understand native speakers without, and doing both things, both speaking the language and understand the language without putting in any kind of extra effort into it. In the same way you speak Portuguese and you understand Portuguese. And that was the message for today. As I said, this is the raw, uncut version. As you can see, there's no editing in this video. And yeah, I hope you liked it. If you liked it, you can thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next video. Bye.